Your creativity assets I need. They give it at me, but every now and then, one should think of real turn out to be
Turn your volume down, bro.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there in Facebook land? I want to welcome everybody out. We had a little bit of technical difficulty earlier, so if you see that 4-minute video, please
It's
ignore it. It's 9 minutes.
It's a good 9 minutes, don't worry about it.
So we was sitting up here.
It's 9 minutes.
It is, it was 9 minutes and we had a lot of views on it.
Yeah. So first off, I want to welcome everybody out tonight. After I welcome everybody out tonight, I want to introduce y'all to my co-host, Bro. Always there, right hand man. And our guest this evening, is that my own? Yeah, that's probably my phone. And our guest this evening is Miss Fashion Global, Miss TGIF, Thick Girls Is Fly. Thank God it's Friday, but it's really Tuesday. Winning by 1,700 votes. I mean, that was the gap between her and anybody else that was in that competition. 1,700 votes.
We did that, y'all.
1,700 votes. She ended with a total of 6,100 votes. Miss Mary Jackson.
Hey, y'all.
That's my bell. You
Sorry,
get
you
2 half.
take it from me every time.
She getting too loud.
Man, I just was doing it right now.
Yeah, that's what you always say. So, tell people about your experience.
Look, my hands sweating again, y'all.
They sweating.
Yeah, because the nervousness was.
Man.
That's how it was. So Thursday night is when we found out. I went live at like 11:45. We found out at 11:59, and I'm just like, what if she wait until the last 10 minutes and just snap out? Because every time I was a little bit close to her, she'd do like $1,000 here, $1,000 there. But earlier that day, I literally got like 10 phone calls and was like, I got some cash apps for you. I got like 3 hours. What we need? I was like, y'all, it's at a standstill. Like when I seen we was at 6,000, I thought that was gonna be it. But literally the last 5 minutes, my cousin dropped another $100 just to just the 3-pointer from the if we gonna win, we gonna win.
The 3-pointer from full court.
Yeah, so we ended with 6,100. When he called me yesterday, he said the winner last year bought it $5,000. So Chester, we did $1,100 more than they even collected last year. So they are super excited. They are super thankful. And my flight is already paid for, and they just sent me my ticket. So
what's the process from here? So you're getting on the flight?
So I'm getting on a flight and I'm going to Destin, Florida, which I never heard of in my life. I'm staying at a beachfront hotel called The Island, I believe. It's called The Island by Hotel. And we're there from the 18th to the 22nd. So when we get there on the 18th, we have orientation. And then the 19th, we do preliminaries. And then the next night, you find out who's in the finals. And then on the 20th, we find out who's bringing home crowns. It's a fast process. You had to wear their bathing suits, you had to wear their evening gowns. But you also have to bring an evening gown of your choice as well as a swimsuit of your choice in expectations to win the finals.
So are y'all gonna be doing like photo shoots down there?
Right on the beachfront, absolutely. And I hear it's like 80 degrees down there, so I just ordered some stuff. Rashad just bought me 2 bathing suits, and he's making both my gowns, and he's making my swimsuit for the finals. So
wow.
all Chester.
All Chester all
Well, I
day.
represent you, absolutely.
So if anything, what Miss Fashion Global just taught us was Thick Girls Is Fly.
Absolutely.
I mean, they bringing in them votes like that. What does your shirt say? Tell everybody what your shirt says.
So my shirt says support. It did say small businesses, but support Black-owned business because I'm sorry, I can't read upside.
Because we ain't doing shit small.
Right.
So they got small at the top, but they got an X
Right.
out.
They got it X'd out because people always say support small businesses. Support Black-owned businesses. We ain't doing shit small. My girl, Shemina Richardson, a lady like Tees. She had my t-shirts popping for when I won. Her and Jennifer Wright. Make sure y'all see them as well as Jessica Francis.
Christina said, yes, congrats, you go,
thank
girl.
you all so much
Hey,
for all your support.
Hey, Stacy, how you doing today? And we getting a whole lot of hearts in the house. People
Thank
are
you.
pretty freaking happy that we got
Yes.
Miss Fashion Global, and she is a thick girl,
That is
and she is fly. I like saying is because you put is in there. I like your
Or
logo.
you know how I did is. We
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah, we did talk.
Everybody
about
don't
that.
accept it, but they respect it.
Yeah, that one ain't got no choice because you're doing big things.
Listen,
There
if you
you
keep
go.
putting it in their face, that's something me Pierre talked about years ago with decision. You keep kicking them doors and making yourself be heard, they ain't got no choice but to listen.
Oh, definitely, especially if you're gonna keep on talking and they like shut up, but you keep talking, you ain't got no choice but to hear you. Ain't got no choice.
Cause I could fight if you need to. Let the cute stuff for you.
See, she's
Sip,
abusive.
sip.
I don't care what nobody says, she's abusive. You have an abusive
Uh-uh,
fashion
you're a
globe.
queen too,
Says
Miss
they gonna take that
Ambassador
on
of,
her.
yes, honey, cause Chester doing it all big.
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Wheelchair Ambassador of Pennsylvania. Let's talk about that, honey.
Hey, Para Bliss.
Yes.
Sarah Carr and
I'm talking to Miss
Cherie
Para Bliss.
Green.
Cause she doing her thing too.
Oh, yes indeed. I'm gonna have her back on here again. We was
Yes,
talking
yes.
about it.
That's my girl.
Talking about it.
Yeah, let's
it.
talk about it.
Let's
So,
talk about it.
this evening, what we're going to talk about, this is going to be our conversation. We're talking about compromising. Compromising. The question becomes, well, that just got me all hyped up. Tonight was just crazy start. I'm trying to get my brain straight. But we talking about compromising, and should we expect compromise from those people that we are with, that we want to be with? Should we expect any type of change out of them? Should we expect for them to just be who they are? Like, compromise. Do you think, I will start with you, because I think the last time I started with Ro, but my question to you is, do you think that in a relationship you should have to change?
Yes, because you're not who you were 5 minutes ago, let alone 5 years ago.
I'm always the same.
That's not good. That means you're comfortable and complacent. And that's
Complacent,
not always
very
good.
complacent.
That's not all right. Change, compromise is needed. It's needed. Not just on one, not, you know, no compromising is needed, period. Yes.
What do you think, bro?
Hell no.
Hell,
What?
No
I don't
compromise.
need to compromise. You should be, you know what I mean? You should be comfortable with who you're with. Why that person had to change?
So let me tell you how. Let me tell you.
This is me behaving. Just in case y'all wondering if I'm looking like I'm a little special. This is me behaving.
You're very special.
This is me behaving.
Let me tell y'all how I actually see like both sides of that. I see both sides of that. I do believe that people should love you where you're at. I think people should always love you where you're at. Let me tell you something. When you first get with somebody and you're excited about this relationship is brand new, your brain kind of releases these endorphins. And what it does is it puts you into this magical state of like a honeymoon period.
Mm-hmm.
And so in those moments, that can last from 3 months, I believe, to as long as 2 years before that chemical release actually wears off. And I believe it's at that point that you start seeing people for who they are. And you may require them to make some type of change or want them to make some type of change. Now, I think that if you're dating with somebody, if you're dealing with somebody, if you're dating them, you get to know them or whatever the case may be, I think we should love people where they at. I think you should always love somebody where they at. I don't think that, I think because you're with them, if you make them greater and they want to change because of that, if they love you deep enough and they want to change because of that, then that's something different. But I don't want to expect you to change.
Can I go back to my time up?
Sure.
So, Light Skin said last time we sat together that he was okay with being submissive.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are clearly is a compromise if you're okay with being submissive.
No, that's not a compromise.
It
That's
is.
no. Let me explain to you.
No, because I
So,
already agreed.
If that's part of who he is,
It's okay.
it's
to
not a
be
compromise. That's just who he is. Not just to be like submissive, but more so to be the type of person that would be more so a switch in a sense. Like sometimes dominant, sometimes submissive. That's just part of
Here's
his
the thing.
personality.
If you're with somebody for 20 years, you mean to tell me you're okay with them being the same for 20 years?
Yeah, man.
What about growth? It's not really about changing you per se, but with maturity and with knowing better, you do better.
Well, I mean, but that's not necessarily a compromise because you grew. So if we got together and I don't know, you bite your spoon when you eat, and I find that shit just irritating. And every time you do it, I just want to watch you when you sleep so I can grab the pillow and put it over top of your head until you stop kicking. It would be
That's true.
you compromising with me to say, well, okay, what I will do in lieu of using this silver spoon that clinks every time I bite it, I'll use a plastic spoon. Now you're still gonna hear something, but I know if you bite too hard, you're gonna chew the plastic off. So
But if I accepted you at 22, being 22 you, I don't expect you at 42 to still be 22 you.
But see, you will automatically change. as
Not
time goes
everybody,
by.
no, because some people, this is what I'm saying, some people become comfortable and complacent and no they don't. So at some point with, okay, so say if you're stagnant and you're still there, but yeah, I'm still growing and I'm flourishing and I'm just like, why are you not moving with me? So now you have to make a compromise to see if this is still what you want 20 years later, or if you want to stay how you was at 22 instead of leveling up at 42. So somewhere you do have to come to a compromise because you are okay because you've been at your same job. You've, just elevated at your job, which,
you might not know me at your job.
well, then that's, you
But-
should never
but
want to
you
be anywhere
can't-
without an upgrade.
Well, see, the whole thing is this. Okay, so we're three different people with three different perspectives. And when it's all said and done, like, if you worked at the same job for 20 years in the same position for 20 years, I may be okay with that because the reason why I love you isn't because of what you do at work. You know what I mean? Maybe the money that we bring in is good enough. Maybe I make more money than you and we're comfortable. Maybe you make more money than me. And I'm like, well, if I say to you, hey, because for me personally, I don't want to stay in one position. I want to move up the ladder. You know what I mean? But there are people who are not in that boat. And for the people who aren't in that boat, that's not necessarily the reason that you love them unless you want them to make more money just because you want more money. I don't know. Can you read a couple of those comments from?
Yeah, so, Rebecca said growth. For growth, yes. Anita said, I don't think you should change for the person, but the person should know that people grow and change with time. And Anita also said, well said, Mike.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Anita. How you been? Yeah, I do agree that people do change with time.
Should.
You can't. Yeah, I believe that everyone changes to some degree. You don't think everybody changes to some
I know
degree?
for a fact they don't. This is why
Well, they now
situations.
up to your
So
standards.
that's why
It's
situations change. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, so that's why situations change because you're still okay being here and I'm moving here, not speaking directly, but I'm just saying. So, and when I come back, you're still here and you're still, and the one word that you just used was comfortable. I'm never comfortable with anything because I do know that there is other things out there like Miss Fashion Blue. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
like how you slid that in.
I'm just saying, like our target,
Fashion Global.
I'm saying that to say because I do know for a fact that our target became Miss Ashley Stewart. After Tiffany went Miss Ashley Stewart. It's like, oh, let's go for Miss Ashley Stewart. But Tiffany did it, and she's from Chester.
Yeah.
So let's see what else is out there that Chester can do, like Parabliss did, and like I did. Like, it's other things out here.
I did stuff.
We know. We
You're like,
I was speaking on the
good stuff.
ladies. You did stuff, but I'm just saying. Like, you don't want to, like, but that's what I'm saying about being comfortable. You
Yeah.
shouldn't just be comfortable being here when it's so much more. What, you got a cashier No, right? Because when you cast it out, and you pull in,
Yeah, but
shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon. Even if you land amongst the stars, you're still winning, right? That's
I don't
something you
know.
told as a child.
If you were shooting for the moon and you get
And
the
you
stars,
only
you
have the
really
stars?
just missed the moon.
Or you're still further than where you was before.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look at a half empty cup. You got
No,
to
I'm
look
looking
at
at
half.
it. I'm looking at this cup full of shit. I'm telling you, like y'all,
Mine
it's so full. I'm gonna take it. Here you go.
He's so annoying.
So, what I think personally is, I don't think for 1 second that I just don't think that people should have to compromise who they are. I think that the true change that ever comes in life, people typically don't change because you ask them to. People change because they have an epiphany. It's like they're going along and all of a sudden they realize maybe something happened through the course of their day, or they saw some crazy movie that was profound, or they went to church or something, or they was talking to their homeboy or homegirl, and you know, all of a sudden this nugget of wisdom comes across and they like, damn, I've been looking at that wrong. And so they change. A lot of times we could be in relationships with people, be deeply in love with them, like a deep-seated love with them, and still refuse to comfort them in their times of need if that's not where you're at and not what you're doing, if it's not the person that you are. Because sometimes our hurt outweighs our ability to change who we are. And so if you love somebody for who they are, then it's no surprises. It's
So
all.
do you think if you're looking for slightly compromising sometimes, that you're looking to change them totally?
Well,
Like if I don't want you to chew with your mouth open, I'm not trying to change you. I just think that you've done it for 10 years, and aren't you tired with chewing with your own mouth open?
maybe they're not. Like, I mean, that's like, hey, you know, you've been peeing, sitting down your whole life. Why don't you try standing up for a change? You'd be like, what? No, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing.
I just maybe because, so I do self-evaluations literally weekly because I'm my biggest critic in real life. So it's like, I'm not saying that I'm the perfect person, so I'll evaluate me first before I go and tell you where you need to make your changes. Because sometimes it needs to be with me. And I'm willing to make changes because maybe I shouldn't do this way.
I feel
And that's why I don't do a lot of things I used to do because I'm now compromising. I would still want to do them, but I know that sometimes they may cause issues in my home. And because I need my home to be my peace, then I'm willing to compromise for that. Even if you know I've been that person.
But wouldn't it make more sense? Just a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it not make more sense for somebody to walk in the door and accept you totally for who you are, with all of your flaws and all, where there's nothing that you have to live up to, therefore you're allowed to grow? See, if people allow you to be who you are and they operate within the parameters of who they are, a lot of times it's kind of infectious. And some of who they are may rub off onto you, and you may find yourself wanting to do better or wanting to do something different. I don't want to say better. I want to say something different than what you're used to doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? To me personally, I just always felt like our biggest problem is because we don't fall in love with people for who they are. We fall in love with people for who we want them to be and who we think they should be, or we see their potential. And I think realizing,
That's the word.
just looking at people's potential is just not enough. What you think, bro? Bro, like, what the hell y'all done brought me into?
I'm gonna go in the back. What she's saying is that I understand what you're saying about the you want to be comfortable at home and you willing to make the changes and everything like that. But when do you stop making these changes? Because sometimes it gets to the point where you lose yourself and how you truly are, your true self, because you made too many changes.
I've seen people after relationships not even know who they are. Like you used to watch, you know, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and then you got with somebody who only watched CSI, so you watch CSI all the time, and now they're no longer there, and you're like, well, what the fuck? luck. Hold on, I'm gonna read a couple of comments. I'm gonna get Ro to read a couple of comments. Stacy said, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's see. Christina said, stay true to who you are,
Absolutely.
but become a better version of yourself. Be the change you want to see. Malik said, change is good for some and not for all. Everyone does what makes them happy. I feel that, Malik. I feel that. I feel that. Vernon said, how people treat you. And hey, Crystal Anderson, how you doing? Can you read a couple of these?
Yeah, Patrick said, gotta be hungry and know you can accomplish more than most, but you have to believe in yourself.
True.
Very true.
And he also said, complacency is real. You have to be able to compromise and adapt to situations and people. But people will love and appreciate you for you, and sometimes the right person will bring out the best.
That's true.
That's what I'm talking about, Patrick. That's what I'm trying to hit on right there. You can be who you are. And let me tell you something. I think the bigger problem is that we don't know how to choose people to love.
Mm-hmm.
We choose people based off of parameters that make no real sense in real life. You know, you choose somebody because somebody smelled good and they had a fat ass. That's you choosing that person because they were handsome, little muscular, and their hair was because they so kept, like their fingernails, they get a manicure or something. Like, we choose people with some fucked up thought processes in mind. And so then we try to cram them into this mold of who we actually want. What do you think?
That could be true. I am actually just thinking, because that was one of the first things when you just said, you just made me lose my train of thought that fast.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I think that, you know what I mean, you choose somebody, and that person you choose should change on their own. The change you make on their own. Like you say, you look at yourself and you make changes.
Yeah.
Let the person just, I think it should be just automatically, you know, you wake
Yeah,
up one day,
that's
like you say, you have an
something.
epiphany type of situation, and be like, oh, you know what, I don't want to wash my clothes with Tide no more, I want to wash it with Gain.
You're like, hold up. Oh, wait. I don't want my clothes washed and tied no more.
But
So this is the compromise.
If
We'll
you-
buy Arm & Hammer.
yes, if you wasn't at the best place that you wanted to be, and you wanted a female to work with that through you, she would have to see the potential to know that you were able to do better than what you're doing. So in order, she's seen your potential, and that's why she stuck through these rough times with you to bring out the best in you. So at some place, you might have been comfortable at your situation, but you know you have to do better as well. So
But that's the
maybe it's not just
problem,
compromise, maybe it's just growth, but
Well-
some people don't have that either.
though. Listen, I don't depend on any female to bring the best out of me. See, to me, a female is a supporting cast member. Like, I'm a supporting cast member to her. I want to be better. I think my whole life I've strived to be better because that's what's inside of me. That's who I am. But when I have somebody with me, I work harder. I work harder because I don't want her to have to know what it's like for our lights to get cut off. And she may know what it's like in life for that to happen to her, but I don't want her to know what that looked like with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want her to ever have to worry about if the rent is getting. Listen, because she chooses to love me, I choose to work hard for her. So if I make, to me, like, I don't think that I necessarily make compromises. I think that in my life, I choose who loves me for me. If that makes any sense. I would rather somebody just want who I am than want who they want me to be. Because I'm never going to be what you... This is why I hate the word potential. To me, potential is stupid. It's a dumb word. I wish we could just get rid of it.
Like expectations.
Like expectations. Very true. So I see you listen. Huh? Thank you.
Always, don't put
Thank
in my
you.
face like that.
Now here, you pull a rock from my hand, grasshopper. No?
You tried it.
I tried, I did.
You tried.
But all I'm saying at the end of the day is that potential this has potential to put somebody's eye out, but if you leave it there, it'll never do nothing but be sitting there. Like potential, you have to have effort along with potential. If you don't have effort along with it, what good is it? What good is it? Also, I sent out about this is totally off the subject, then we get back into it. I sent about 2,000 and some odd requests for all of my friends to like the CMP radio page. This should be the last night that I'm doing a watch party from my Michael Storm Miller page. I'll be doing the watch parties from CMPradio.net page. We making a big push to like really push this station over the edge. So I need everybody to not only like this page, but to also suggest it to their friends, because we need to grow this thing. We need to grow this thing. Now,
3 years?
yeah. And we need to take it to the next. Hey, Nivea, how you doing? Nivea, you're in Ohio, I believe. You want to be loved for who you are and not what they want you to be. Yes, indeed. That's exactly what I'm getting at. We need to rethink the way that we're choosing people in our lives. If you're expecting that much change from somebody and that much compromise, I'm sorry, you just don't really love the person. If you're crying day in and day out, or if you bitching to your homeboys day in and day out because you feel as though, man, she don't never this and she don't do that. Let me tell you something. You get with a woman that don't give head, you ain't gonna get head. So how can you expect her to compromise and give you head 3 times a week when she don't even like giving it to you once a year?
So that's like something I said earlier, the whole turn the hoe into a housewife. So if you had a whole tendencies from 88, do you not get a pass in 2020?
No, it's not about whether you get a pass. It's like if you a hoe in 88 and I loved you in 88, then I'm not expecting you to be any more than who you are. And I'm hoping because we're the number one, if you change, if I fell in love with you as a hoe and you changed, I might not care about you that much no more because you're no longer who I fell in love with.
So if you met her at the strip club stripping, you wouldn't want her to change her occupation?
Hell no.
Are you probably the only man that ever said that?
Let me tell you something. Why do I want to be with something that don't nobody else want?
I'm just,
Hell,
I get
that.
that
Shake it. Shake it.
but that don't mean that
Polaroid
none of
picture.
that she the shit that you want everybody and all over her at that capacity. Like when you're out and about, you know she's still gonna get whatever.
Get them cat calls.
Yeah, or get,
I'm
you
fine
know,
with that.
but
Yeah, get them cat calls. I'm cool with that. Cause guess
like
what?
doing this,
You can't have it. You know why you can't have it? You ain't gonna get it. Cause you ain't got it.
So if a guy run up on the street and put $2 in her.
right? Because
Well, see,
I
that's
want to
gonna be
see what she do for that $2. Right?
Listen, I'm gonna fight you if you run up on her and toss $2 in the back of her pants while we walking down the street. That's a whole problem. This ain't her
They
job.
had a relapse.
We ain't at work. She ain't at work. You know what I mean?
We at
Jeez.
we
man.
at Red Lobster chilling, and you going to put $2 in her.
And she might have a flashback and start backing her.
And okay, because she know what dollars do for her.
Well, she looking
Dance
for
maker dance.
number one. If I fell in love with her and she was dancing, best believe she was getting hundreds put in that thing and not dollar bills. You got to work too hard that way. We looking for we not looking for volume. We ain't looking for volume on this one. Shit.
Yeah, we gotta catch up. Anita said I have to get my thoughts right. Change and compromising is different, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
then Patrick said, changing is one-sided. Compromising is both people meeting in the middle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I was pointing out earlier. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so compromise is I like to sleep with the TV on and you like to sleep with the TV off. And let's say the compromise is, well, okay, let's set a timer on the TV to shut off at 1 o'clock.
So we're going through literally just that right now.
Change? No, we're not compromising.
I'm talking about me and my husband.
Oh, okay.
I literally said that there's not allowed to be a TV in our bedroom because your room is supposed to be for sex and sleep. And because he don't want no drama, He'll watch TV downstairs until he's tired and he'll come upstairs.
So let's say this.
So we don't have a TV in the
Let's
room.
say he
So
watches.
that's a compromise for him.
Yes,
Because everybody's used to having a TV in the room.
but no, that's a win for you because you didn't compromise with him. You told him no
But
TV
the
in the
compromise
bedroom.
for me is that you're not in the bed with me the time I want you to be.
He
Because
ain't
you're
got nothing
still.
to wait.
But he
Yeah,
eventually,
wait, hold on,
eventually he's
time
gonna
out.
come to the
No,
bedroom.
he's gonna come to bed. But I'm just saying, I go to bed early, believe it or not.
Listen.
But
So
so the
this-
compromise is
let me
I don't need to
explain.
cuddle until
I have to
after
break
you're
this-
done watching TV.
Well, see, he didn't say I like to cuddle and watch TV. See, the cuddle thing is your thing.
Right.
What you said is no TV in the bedroom. That's for sex and sleep. That's not a compromise. That's a demand. You're a terrorist. You
I'm
bossy. You are.
It
You
was a
told this
compromise
man-
on his part. He's okay.
How did
with
he
it. But in the
compromise?
other side of it, I don't get to cuddle when I want to. I have to wait until he finally comes.
But he didn't say nothing about cuddling. He probably don't even want to cuddle.
He wants to cuddle.
He don't want
Why don't you go downstairs and cuddle with him sometimes? when-
But when
Listen.
our furniture come next month, our furniture's
Listen.
on back order. We're in a pandemic.
For all of you
Everything is
out
on
there
back order.
who
He just called me a
understand what I'm
terrorist.
saying.
That's horrible.
I just need y'all to know that she just made some damn tough guy move. She strong armed her dude out of the bedroom and
No, I
said no
didn't.
TV. See, the compromise would have been to turn the TV off at a certain time.
There's no need for one to
Because then both people listen. So what you're telling me is compromising is meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
So meeting in the middle is not taking the TV out of the room. That's not meeting in the middle.
Yes, it is.
See, this is why I don't compromise with terrorists. I don't. That's all I'm gonna
The
say.
meeting in the middle part, because if it's not there, there's no temptation for you to cut it on. So meeting in the middle is just not having it in the room. And you do whatever you want to do in your man cave and in your front room, and then I'll see you when you come to bed.
Let me tell you. So I can tell you this flat out. That wouldn't work for me. If I was your dude, period. If I was your dude, then I'm never sleeping in that bedroom.
Why should you have a TV on in your bedroom?
Why should I not?
We have a computer.
I
We
mean,
have.
like,
What
you
do you
know-
need the lights on?
Ain't we
for?
not listen? Number
No
one, we
computer.
not talking about a computer. Number two, we ain't talking about lights. We
Why do
talking
you
about
want
a
the
damn
TV on?
TV. Because I need the background noise to fall asleep.
And you might want to watch a porn.
So-
And if you don't like that, I tell you what.
Cut on the computer.
How about we get two different bedrooms?
No.
And this bedroom over here is for smashing and sleeping. So if you sleeping, go sleep in there.
No.
Yeah.
We're gonna sleep in our bedroom that's only for
With the
sex and
TV
sleep.
on. So there's no compromise. So anyway, I'm not gonna fight over this compromise and shit all night. But y'all know what she's saying. It ain't making no sense. She just
It
really
makes total
chumped it.
sense.
But see, this is the problem, ladies. This is the problem. Y'all mistake y'all demands with compromise. A demand is not a compromise. For you to say no TV in here, that's not what part of no TV.
Because you don't know what I had to give up.
This bedroom is for. You must be this tall to ride. There's no compromise in that. Okay, well, what if I was this tall? You can't ride. Well, what if I was this tall? You can't ride. Well, what if I was this tall?
There are
You
rules.
can't ride.
Rules and compromises.
So you just put a rule. No TV.
in the
TV
room.
is for
tell them
bedroom
if you
is for
want to leave.
sleeping and humping.
That's it. Sleep and sex. That's
So
it.
I tell you what, then I'll be like, I guess you gonna be humping or bunning like every 5 minutes then. Every night.
If he's in the room, then that's what I would do.
Anyway, back to our regularly
Happy
scheduled
life is
program.
So Anita said, go buy a Build-A-Bear.
I don't want to build it there. I don't want nobody that's going to be a yes man. My man stands up for himself, but I'm just saying. I don't
Hold on.
want a TV.
So Claude said, Mike, I can't hear. I think, can anybody else not hear? Or I hope you're not watching the first one, but what's going on, Claude? I ain't seen you in like 50 years. Malik said compromise is when you mute the TV after they fall asleep. Well, she's saying no TV in the bedroom, and he said you're a bully. I told you
I'm not
you're
a bully.
And
What makes
Nivea
me a
said it was a demand. Thank you.
It wasn't a man.
Christina said, sorry girls, that's not a compromise. That's so one-sided. And Malik said, do y'all watch TV together at all?
We do. In our front room. We cuddle, we watch TV, we binge watch series, we do all that. But I think when we come to our room, see, here's the thing, when somebody's gonna fall asleep, we in the bed. You're not falling asleep on my furniture, so I'm not worried about that.
Damn, I can't even sleep on my couch I paid for?
In your man cave.
See, you just made me. See how many octaves you made my voice go up?
Not in the front room.
I lost,
You
like,
mess furniture.
any
up.
bass.
All over.
My voice is not bassy, but you made me lose all the bass that I
He can
did
sleep wherever
have.
he wants, because that's his own.
Okay, then.
No, if he wishes to sleep on his couch, he absolutely can. Because I respect my king and my kingdom, but I'm just saying, I'm going to be like, why did you sleep on the couch?
I'm gonna be like, because this is where you're making me sleep, because you've made every zone in here a no-fly zone, unless I'm doing you or sleeping.
That is not the case.
That is the case.
However, if
Thank
it
you
came
very
to
much.
that, I would let him put a TV in the room.
Can you read some of those?
He has TVs everywhere else.
Yeah, Patrick said.
Oh wait, what did Relly Rel say?
Oh, Relly Red said justice for Naima Ishmael.
Yes, I agree. Justice for Naima. Absolutely.
Justice.
May she rest in peace.
Traveler said that's true, which I was talking about earlier. And then Patrick said, but did you fall in love with the idea or a fad or fake persona because of being misled?
Well, I think people fall in love with infatuation. I think they become infatuated with somebody. They want to do the person. They want to be around the person 24/7. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. And then one day you realize what you actually have. Then you're like, shit, I got some work to do over here. But by that time, it's already too late because the other person is so comfortable being who they are and you accepted it for a while, so they don't change. You change and start expecting shit out of them, so compromising you, and not even compromising in your case, just flat out demands. But in other people's cases, it's like, well, how about this, or how about that?
It looks like I'm going TV shopping this week because Patrick's my behind gonna be like, is cell phones even allowed in the room? I see that comment under there. I see, and Patrick, you're supposed to be my friend.
Read that.
He says, I knew that's what he
Oh,
said.
wow.
I knew that's what he said.
But no TV in the bedroom.
No. There's no need for a TV
Oh,
in the
wait.
bedroom. I am.
Oh, is that color is in the back order? Is that
He said color is on back.
Yo, Malik says she's a whole mess.
I'm not.
Get her, Mike. Believe me, I'm trying to. And Paul says some of those freak fuckboys will freak her so much she won't be able to go to work. And he pretty much talking about with you talking about sex and sleep is for the bedroom.
That's all it's for.
So, but he telling the truth though. There are some people who will try to literally wear you out if that's your rule, and then you'll be trying to move a TV back in there.
All right, well.
Anyway, I digress.
Okay.
I digress. So, when it's all said and done, I'm gonna first off, I'm gonna drop y'all a little bit of information first. This is Miss Fashion Global for everyone who doesn't know, and she literally just won by 1,700 votes. 1,700 votes, not 5. Not 3. This wasn't even close. See, this shit you call a landslide. When she ended running for it, she had 6,100 votes altogether. She blew the competition away by 1,700 votes. So that's pretty deep. That's pretty deep.
Thank you, Chester, and thank you, everybody else. Because it wasn't all Chester. Like, Patrick's not from Chester. Patrick is an old co-worker of mine that I met maybe 4 years ago, and he's been dope ever since. He was a big supporter, always a big supporter.
Did he have to compromise to be your friend?
No,
Okay,
we just
checking.
meshed.
Just checking.
And don't know, there was no compromise.
See, that's love right there.
We just
So y'all
met.
met each other.
We did.
And nobody asked nobody to do shit but be who they were.
Yeah, no, he is Caucasian, boy head. That's total opposite of me as a black woman.
But-
and that was my favorite person.
But he didn't ask you to do shit.
And
You
you
didn't ask
yeah.
him to. And look
That's
how y'all
my guy.
gel. But that's how
my
love
guy.
should be.
And it is. Thank
Okay,
you,
just
Auntie.
checking.
Wait, so mine said I would die without a phone in the bedroom. Auntie, that's not true because I've changed. I'm not the same person that showered with the phone like I used to.
Anyway.
I hate the phone. I barely answer it now.
Let me tell you something.
I hate the phone.
So I want to let y'all know.
No TV. He said no TV at work. We used to watch that monitor all day, Patrick, to see who had the biggest, to be number one, like the competition. So don't do that. We were selling life alerts.
Listen.
It was a competition every day. It was.
What's going on, Ricky? I wanted everybody to know that on February the 2nd, 2021, down in Wilmington, Delaware at Artscape, we are having a celebration of the 20th anniversary of the movie Love Jones.
Nice.
And so we're having a night of erotic poetry and song. I will be hosting, Ro will be co-hosting, which means we will be intermingling a little bit of poetry in between there. Mr. John Carr will be singing. Also, Miss Tyra Starr will be singing. Our poets for the evening is Reynold Williams, known as Shyster, and Christina McIntyre. And we also have an author coming through. She's an erotic author, TJ LaVrue. She will be in the building. I will be posting ticket information this Friday. I will be posting ticket information. So make sure that you contact me to get these tickets. Now, I'm going to take the time out
February
to...
6th.
I said February 6th, right?
You said 2nd.
Oh, I'm sorry, February 6th. I'm a little slow. Y'all know that already. So, now I'm going to take the time out. If you... I want everybody to pick out one of their favorite quotes. I'm gonna start with this one. And this is about compromise. Compromise used to mean that half a loaf was better than no bread. Among modern statesmen, it really seems to me that half a loaf is better than a whole loaf. So, let me break that down real quick. Look at that loaf as a person. So, half of that person is what you're shooting for. Not the whole person, not who the person really is, but just the things you want out of the person. You got what I'm saying? Whatever's acceptable to you, and then only those things. So literally trying to make people compromise, you really water down who they really are. Like some people, I mean, it's like the stars. You don't ask a star to shine any less. You don't ask the sun to shine any less brighter. You don't ask water to be less wet or less cold. If you go to the swimming pool, the water is what it is. And you jump in on a hot day, sometimes you jump in on a little bit of a cooler day, and you're going to take your laps, do what you got to do, shiver, and get out, but you appreciate it for what it is. So why is it that we can't appreciate people for what it is? You know, so, I mean, I want to hear one of y'all favorite quotes out of here.
Want me to go first?
Go right ahead.
This one says, a woman can be the reason a man changes,
Still
but a woman can't be a reason a man remains changed. Change must stay alive by willpower, not by condition.
Wow,
That was nice.
that's fucking deep.
It was nice. That was nice.
The hours are 6 to 12, indeed. Yeah, so basically, even what that's saying is that it's like change is an act. That's what that's kind of saying to me. I mean, what you think, Mary?
Yes, it is.
It's like change is an act. Like, you can change for somebody, but if it's not what you really want to do, or it's not what you're naturally going to do, then you're putting on an act. And how long can you hold up the
You're
act?
going to be miserable and
Yes.
miserable.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Terry House said, congratulations.
Thank you so
Malik
much.
said, I have a TV, a PlayStation, and 2 fans in my... Wait, Malik, what the fans got? Wait,
He been, because
Malik.
y'all men with air.
Malik said, I got 2 fans in my room. What?
Literally until we just moved in August, he had an air conditioner in my room, 365. I had bursitis in my hips. That is a compromise. I allow him to, I mean, no.
Allowed. Once
No,
again.
I stopped.
You so
I didn't get
controlling.
I stopped myself because that was what
Okay.
I said. Because he's a man.
But it's what you meant by
I was
continue.
going to say that. I compromised.
Mm.
My hips possibly aching through the evening
Mm.
because he's going to cuddle with me so he can turn the air on. So that he can sleep comfortable, but as long as he cuddles with me, then I'll be fine. But
Nah.
now we got central air, and that is not okay. That's worse than them veins.
Listen, can I get your favorite quote over there?
No. If you limit your choices only to what seems possible or reasonable, you disconnect yourself from what you truly want. And all that is left is compromise.
So that's telling the person, like, that's, you know what? I'm going to read that to you, dude. I'm just saying, I'm going to read it to you, dude. Because all it's really saying is, why'd you look up in the air when I said that?
Cause you being petty.
How's that being petty? Man, let me tell you something. He needs to hear that. Because if you limit your choices only to what seems possible or reasonable, you disconnect yourself from what you truly want. And all that is left is compromise, which means that you can't even become who you're supposed to be because you done compromised to a point that you're just left with somebody else's demands. I told you, I don't negotiate with terrorists. Boom.
His only thing is no TV in our bedroom. That is really
Oh, shit.
It's just no TV in the bedroom.
I'm sorry, Malik.
I know that looks long. I'm about to say whatever you
That's
just said looks long.
Oh, am I saying? Okay, so let me apologize. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This ain't an apology for you because I'm never wrong when it comes to you.
Oh, wow.
But Malik, I didn't read the whole name. Malik, that lady, Miss Mishinda. She's not a dude. She's a man. She's not a dude. She's a woman. Boo. Blah, blah. You know what? It threw me off because it said Malik, and so I was just going by the first name. So I do apologize for that. Thank you very much, Claude said, loving your show, bro. Christina said, when I was younger, I used to try and change the person I was, with that shit backfired. Then I found myself with people who tried to change me. And then when I matured, I myself stayed true to who they, oh wait, I done messed that up. And then when I matured, I myself stayed true who I was and allowed the person to stay who they were, and for me have been inspired to do better because I see them do better. People compromise when they feel they are heard without demands, but from a place of love. I love that. That was really nice. And once again, wait till I see you, Mike. I'm sorry. I just said I was sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. See, now you're starting to sound like somebody I know. The apology wasn't enough. Wasn't the apology a compromise? I compromised on the fact that I didn't want to be wrong, and you knew I was wrong, so we met in the middle, and I told you you was right. That I was wrong.
You was I was
Yo, can you read a couple comments, bro?
All right, Ricky said, will that Drink Like a Lady be there at the show? The show from February.
Oh, yes indeed. Yes indeed. Drink Like a Lady will definitely be at the show. I don't have all of the vendors that is actually going to be there neither, but if it wasn't for Drink Like a Lady, I wouldn't even be doing this, honestly. You know what I mean? She came to me and was like, hey, I got an awesome idea. And I said, you know what? That is a damn awesome idea. Come on, let's make this happen. Plus, CMPradio.net will be there. We will be recording that evening. And hopefully, we'll have an appearance from Miss Fashion Global.
I'll be in the building.
You better be in the building,
I'll be
man.
there.
Come track you down.
Yeah,
Man.
that's why I'll be there.
See, that was a...
No smoke. See, I'm not a terrorist. I compromise.
You listen. You don't. That wasn't a compromise that you just said.
Oh, I was
Because you
going.
didn't give up anything.
I did.
What did you give up?
Whatever that date is, I have to.
But I didn't ask you to give up.
No, you
something.
told me.
Yeah, I just told you. You was
Right,
gonna be there.
that's being bullied. You're a terrorist.
That's not being bullied.
All right, perfect. We'll talk about it later.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Patrick said, people always worry about a glass being full or half full. They miss out on what that glass is filled with.
Exactly. Instead of cherishing what's available, you look at it being happy.
Give me a little bit.
That's right, Patrick. That's my
Nita said no TV is a lot. They also
Still
talk about
want
TV.
this TV.
Thank you so much.
Y'all
No
still
TV.
want
No TV because no
It's
TV
no way y'all
is
are grown adults.
ridiculous.
What do you need a TV and get it from for?
You're-
Y'all need to grow up.
See, you said it with the first sentence. We grown adults. You ain't gonna tell me I can't have no TV in my
Let's
house.
be clear. Delmarva hit different than Pico. We don't need a TV no more.
Let me tell you
You
something.
know, Delmarva is different. I'm like it.
Now it's not even about you. It's about the bill. Get out of here.
That-
You trying to pop smoke for real. You trying to see in the military when you pop smoke, you trying to cover what you're doing.
I see I can. We can. But
Trying to
I'm
cover
going to show my
something.
husband this later. And see
Please
what
do.
I am.
Please do.
Because I don't like being abused here. See
So,
how he feel about it.
You know what?
He gonna see
What we
he
gonna
do.
do here at the radio station pretty soon is we gonna get a number where people can call in so y'all can tell her that I'm right. Thank you. Thank you.
That's you broadening them into that.
Oh no, I just said we was getting a number so they can call and tell you that I'm right.
So Anita said, life is full of compromises, but don't lose yourself while doing everything for everyone else.
Listen, I'm gonna read this other quote. I don't like this quote, but I'm gonna read it. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Well, first, I'm gonna read the quote and I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think. Here's the quote. Compromise is not about losing. It is about deciding that the other person has just as much right to be happy with the end result as you do. What do you think about that?
You would have an issue with this.
I'm just asking you what you think about it.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Okay, what do you think about it?
Both people ain't gonna be happy. Both people aren't gonna be happy. Who? So you worrying about the other person being happy, so you're gonna give up something so the other person can be happy.
See, this is kind of like how I look at it.
That's the case for compromise.
This is literally how I look at it. Number one, if I love you, I'm not going to do nothing that's going to be fucked up to you.
Okay.
So literally, there's with every thought that I have in a relationship, with every thought that I have, before I make a move, before I go and spend some large sum of money, before I even decide what I'm gonna have for dinner. See, it's no need to compromise, because for me personally, I might be like, hey, what would you like for dinner? And if you said, I want fucking scallops, and let's say I don't like scallops, I'm gonna make you scallops and I'll make me some shrimp. So you didn't have to compromise what you wanted. I didn't have to compromise what I wanted. We both was happy in the end, because I don't mind cooking that for you. You see what I'm saying?
Sorry, the gentleman from Fashion Global was texting me.
Well, you tell the gentleman from Fashion Global, this is my time. And see how you're not compromising with me?
I am, because I'm telling my husband he can TV in the room.
Thank you. You better tell your husband he can.
I'm
I'm
texting him telling him he can have a TV.
I'm gonna say, King, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll get him on Friday.
Anyway, damn. I'll get him on Friday. You lying. I'm gonna ask him. Too. I'm gonna be like, yo, did she get that TV? Man.
He probably gonna take a picture and send it to you. I'll post it. I ain't ashamed of the feed. It is what it is.
Thank you for accepting my apology. I really, really do.
I don't believe Patrick said he was going to delete me and unfriend me because I said no TV in the room. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I just think that's crazy. Let me tell you. I think it's crazy for you to literally tell the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you can't.
That's not the verbiage I used.
That is exactly what you said.
What I said was, we shouldn't have a TV in the room.
You did not.
Because statistically.
Oh my God. Dude.
That's what I told y'all. I know. But what I said to my husband is, we shouldn't have a TV in the bedroom because statistically the bedroom is only supposed to be for sex.
Did you say statistically?
Yeah, I based a lot of things off statistics. Sorry. I'm very over analytical in real life. In my household, and I do a lot of things off of statistics.
In real life, did it ever occur to you that you can have a 90-inch TV hanging from your wall and still have sex in that room? Did that ever occur like one time?
I'm sure that's the case.
Okay.
But the other thing to that is, like I said a little while ago when you didn't hear me because you talked over me, the only entertainment that's needed in our bedroom is me. You don't need no other entertainment. I got him.
Okay, so let's say your husband says, I want to see you do a backflip.
Then I'm going to do what I got to do to probably fuck up something back here. But I'm going, if I got to flip off the bed like a child and lay this way and flip over, I'm going to make a backflip happen.
Can somebody call Crozier ahead of time? Can you make reservations at the hospital? Can you make reservations?
So you can call them ahead of time.
I just
And
want
be
to
like, his
know.
wife comes.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. We need to save a room for Mary. You can wear your sash too.
They know who Mrs. Jackson is. They donated too. They know who I am there. Yes, like I ain't the only entertainment you need in that bedroom.
I'm gonna share another quote. Shit. So, society is the product of.
No.
Society is the product. You can't. Society is the product of relationship, of yours and mine together. If we change in our relationship, society changes. So if we change in our relationship changes. if we're not who we are, like for real, let me tell you something. So compromise to me, compromise is just a forced change. And it's a change. Compromise ensures that neither party is truly happy. Because y'all met in the middle. When people call it a happy median, but there's no such thing. There's no happiness. There's no happiness in the middle. That's just accepting.
That's not an ultimatum more than compromise.
What?
What you just said.
This?
No, what you just said, what you're saying, like, it's not, a compromise is different, like, what you're speaking on sounds like more of an ultimatum. Like, it has to go this way or it's not.
No, I'm saying
Or no one will
compromise.
be happy.
I don't understand how that sounds like an ultimatum because what compromise is meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
So why
But
does-
nobody's happy. Let me tell you something.
If making you happy makes me happy, then yes it is, it's okay.
Then if making me happy makes you happy, then it should only matter that I'm happy.
That shouldn't be the
Your
only
happiness
thing.
should not matter.
No,
Well, making me happy makes you happy.
we both gotta be happy though.
Well, you didn't say that. Mean what you said, say what you mean. Anyway, in other news, the greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. What do you think about that, Mary?
I was reading comments.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Because somebody kinda agreed with me with the TV in the room, but then
Oh,
like,
jeez. Ain't nobody
Darrell
agreeing
Smith,
with that.
Darrell
No.
Smith.
The world, do you really, hold on, can you read that comment?
Yeah.
It says, I agree with her about the TV in the bedroom, but I have a TV in the bedroom. Sorry, the TV is a distraction.
It
A
is.
distraction from what?
Because at any given time,
Why are we talking about this TV anymore?
because y'all made the TV a big deal. And
You
y'all
made the
me
TV a big
terrorist,
deal.
And y'all made me a bully.
You
y'all
are a
made me all
bully.
these people over a TV not being in the bedroom.
Listen,
But it's a TV in the front room, it's a TV in the man cave,
Mm-hmm.
it's a TV in the loft, it's a TV in the child's room. Why do you need a TV in our bedroom when we're sleeping?
because maybe I want to lay in bed and watch TV. What about if I'm sick? Number one, you said he can't lay on the couch. So if he's sick, he got to get out of his bed, go all the way downstairs, bypass the living room because he can't lay on the couch, and go be sick in his man cave. Wow, thank you. Man,
He can be sick in his man cave.
such to be you, man. Listen, Claude said, my wife said, no big dog or not with me. Oh, so she said you can't have a dog. Hold on. I'm trying to compromise with my wife on a Cane Corso dog, and she won't compromise. Can you ask her how to help me?
You wanna know what I did?
What you do?
He said we can't have a dog at all. I went and got a dog.
See? See?
And when he came home from work, he fell in love with the dog, so he couldn't tell the dog no. And then the kids had already fell in love with the dog before he came home from work. It was like, if dad said we can't have a dog, then dad gotta go. But if he would have literally said the dog had to go, then Chance would have to go.
Well, why would
But
you have
chances
even
almost
bought the dog?
I need a
home
chance
if he
for me.
said no dog.
Because he said that everybody works, nobody's home. But at the time, my grandma had passed, and I was home, and I was going through something, and I needed the dog because nobody needed me.
He said no. Okay, so he said no dog.
He did.
Why didn't you get a parakeet? Why didn't you
Because
get
I want
a
a dog.
turtle?
Because
Why didn't
dogs-
you get a cat?
Because I found out statistically that dogs are better companions.
Oh my God, that is
I
not.
do everything.
Wait, all right.
You
so
can
I'm
get.
gonna-
Let me
wait a
tell you
minute, so
something.
this
You
is
can get a
because,
squirrel. You can get a squirrel.
Squirrels are bad
Squirrels are
shepherds.
good. Squirrels
They're bad
are
shepherds.
good companions.
A lot of them are rabies.
So you said he said no to a dog. You got a dog anyway.
Why does that work?
And when he was at work. So
Don't do that,
If you
Paul.
go
Don't
home
go get
tonight
that dog
and he have a
right
TV
home.
up in the bedroom, how you gonna feel?
I would understand because I did it to him. And I understand. No, I'm not lying. Like I know, like if he just really was like, fuck it. and
So if you
decided
told
to
him-
get a room, I'm not gonna be like, oh,
So-
this is grounds for divorce.
So if you
It's not
told
that
him,
serious.
so
Just like I know our dog wasn't that serious.
So
like,
if you told him no hookers and you came home and it was a hooker home, it wouldn't be a big deal then because you bought a dog home.
Yeah.
see, hookers is different than a dog in the bed. Now you always
Well,
got.
he may have needed the hooker
He
because at the
don't
time.
need a hooker because we don't have a TV, and I am what he needs.
Well, he might need a hooker
He
because
don't.
there ain't no TV in the bedroom.
But he don't.
I'm just putting it out there.
He don't need to watch porn because I'm in the bedroom. He doesn't need a hooker because I'm in the
Wait,
bedroom.
who? Wait, you
Whatever
cannot
entertainment
say.
need, I am there.
See,
Period.
this is why most people avoid marriage. I'm just putting that out there. There's no way you're
Or-
going to tell somebody you don't need porn
You
because
have
I'm
fun with
here.
that.
She said
Yeah.
she's HBO, Cinemax, and Showtime.
Period. Stars if need be. And
Listen,
yes.
listen.
I don't know on them.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Look, my mom said I had a bunch of other pets already.
Man, let me tell you.
Yes, my mom wouldn't let me have them pets, and I was going through something, and I needed something that needed me because my kids don't pay me no mind. Because they all boys, and they just be like, "Oh, mom." And I was at a stage, yeah, like I took care of my grandma. You know, I take care of the kids, and I'm like, nothing needs me right now. And I needed to do.
Nothing needs you.
I needed to.
That was. I think that was your perception.
It was no, it was
Because everybody needs you. Let me tell you something. Your usefulness never expires. Whether that be you're an ear, whether that be you're doing errands, whether that be you're advising, your usefulness never expires. So it was your perception that no one needed you.
Okay.
I'm just saying
If that was my perception, then people made me feel that way,
that you needed a dog,
and I got my.
or maybe it was
and
just
he's still there.
maybe had you changed your attitude,
Um,
it would have came out different. Attitude doesn't mean you're angry.
I didn't say
Just
that's
mean the
why
way
I
you
just
look at it.
said
When you was
so.
like,
That's why I stopped talking.
okay.
I told you I do self-evaluations instantaneously.
I see.
Okay.
That and
I
I
check
saw it in
myself.
real life.
Yeah.
I saw it in real life happen in real time.
Yes.
I'm digging that.
Thank you. I know how so. That's the thing.
So I got you a TV. Tell me thank you. Tell me thank you. I know. Here you go.
More. Do I not let him watch porn? First of all, he's 43. He's allowed to watch what he wants.
And that's a good thing.
He
you're
has an
saying-
iPad, he has a cell phone, and we have a computer.
Do you have the codes to him?
Mm,
Okay.
no.
I was about to say because if you did, he
No,
would
I
watch it
don't.
anyway.
He's a man. No, he does. I don't have to go there. So I don't care about porn. Because if I feel as though the porn was beating me or eating me up, then I'm going to start acting up. I'm going to
Okay.
challenge the porn.
So number one, you halfway off my screen there.
And that's been all night.
I just noticed.
No, it's been ever. That's got something to do with your stuff. Ain't nothing to do with me.
Y'all.
You want me to lose focus?
Wait, I got a huge.
No, what I'm
gap.
saying is, it's
No, I
a huge
know.
gap between us.
Cause you scary. And you being
You scary. Me? You the one telling people they can't have TVs and watch porn.
I didn't say you couldn't watch me. I did not. You can watch me.
Oh, we got some comments.
I have been missing my
go ahead,
advice
Uh,
for years.
Patrick said the grass is greener on the other side of the fence because someone took the time to water it and care for it.
I like that.
Jennifer Wright says the fact. Patrick said that's a setup.
Oh, that must have been a dog thing.
Dog.
Do you see
What
it?
That was
Khadijah
a
say?
setup. She
Khadijah?
said besides,
That's my mom.
she had a bunch of other pets already.
My mom think I'm the animal and I'm Dr.
Oh wait, how many pets did you have before you got the dog? Because you just sold us a story. You just blew the lid off this Khadijah. Hold
So
on.
that's my mother.
How
So
many-
in fairness,
How many pets did you have? Hey,
Not
no,
in my
fairness, answer the
adulthood.
question.
I've had what they call
How many pets was at your house prior to you getting the dog?
none.
None?
Only a cat. Yeah.
How you gonna say none and then only a
Yeah.
cat?
She's referencing my childhood. She's my mom. She's talking about guinea pigs. She's talking about trying to rescue a deer. She's talking about the turtle I pulled over.
Oh well, good thing she ain't talking about the cat because the cat ain't a pet.
Oreo was a pet. He was a pet.
Okay, I said how many pets did you
I
have
only
at
one.
your house prior to
Oreo.
this dog?
Only one.
Okay.
But Oreo was agreed upon.
So, well, but Oreo wasn't a support animal for you? Oreo didn't? Let me tell you something. Now, you know what? I'm just let it go, man.
That's not my name.
Oh, boy.
Did you see that?
Huh?
That's not my name.
What's not your name?
Where?
You don't see underneath the, you see where the names is, what's in that?
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, Crystal.
Oh, Lord. Tonight was a crazy night, y'all. Like, prior to us
I
getting
didn't ask for any
started,
pictures.
once we got started, so I want to let y'all know, you see the name at the bottom of the screen is Crystal Anderson, but I just want to
That's
reiterate,
like a lady.
that's Miss Drink Like a Lady. This is Mary Jackson, conqueror of bedroom TV. Miss Mary Jackson. Naysayer of porn, Miss Mary Jackson.
This is horrible.
Bully extraordinaire,
This is horrible. That is not the case.
Miss Fashion Global.
Yes, say that word. Don't say all that other stuff.
Well, everything
That's
else goes
misleading.
along with the whole, everything else is everything.
Let's see. Darnell said, life to me is a compromise. Life to me is a compromise to me. Time or money, which one do you want
that's
to
Daryl.
give up?
Hey, what's going on, Daryl?
Daryl? Oh, that's
I was a Marine Corps with
okay.
him.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Mara says, so you don't let him watch porn?
Absolutely.
Patrick says, how many pets did you ask
I
to
didn't
have?
ask.
Oh, did you ask to have?
I didn't ask them.
Well, look at here.
But if we lived on a farm, I would be okay.
If you lived on a farm, EI.
Can you see me milking a cow?
Next up, I can see you milking anything you want to milk. That's life.
So disrespectful.
Long-lasting change that will help you create new habits and actions requires an inside-out approach, as well as two very important tools: the mirror and time. Yes, she did. So, I need a follow-up on that. I need to see that TV.
I told
I'm sorry.
y'all. I told y'all I
Listen,
wasn't playing.
so her husband just clocked in, just saying she told him he can have a TV, and he didn't say thank you, no nothing. But what he did do is say LOL. So I'm not sure that's
But did you see the
okay.
eyes of the emoji? He probably like, what's that about?
Exactly. Like, what just happened? I'm at work, and you talking about I can have a TV. What you do? Is there another dog in the house? That how you gonna do it this time? Okay, the morality of compromise sounds contradictory. Compromise is usually a sign of weakness or an admission of defeat. Strong men don't compromise. It is sad, and principles should never be compromised. I shall agree that strong men, conversely, know when to compromise, and that all principles can be compromised to serve a greater principle. Charles Handy.
I'll compromise if it makes sense and something that I be like, you know what, that's something I would want to do because that's something I want to do. I will, it'd be a compromise, I guess, because we meet in the middle.
Well, I could definitely say if it's something I believe in, I'm not going to change shit. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. If I believe in something, it's just what I believe in. And if anything in my life doesn't happen to make me change my mind, there's nothing that anyone can do to change my mind. If I believe in something, I believe in it, and I'm going to follow it out. That's just who I am. So if I was with somebody and they said, well, yeah, I can't deal with this, then I'm going to say, well, I don't know what to tell you.
You a bully.
That's not being a bully. That's standing up for what I believe. I'm about to fight you, man.
That's Patrick says, still one of my favorites, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Yeah,
Thank you, Patrick.
I can agree with that. But see, the change you want to see in the world, not the change that someone else boxes you into a compromise to be for the world. It's a difference. The change you want to be. Like, I don't know. I honestly believe that if you can't love somebody where they're at, when you meet somebody and you get to know somebody, the way that person is, it tantalizes the senses. It makes you feel like you can do anything. Their presence elevates you. Their presence makes you be the best you that you could possibly be. And you didn't have to have a conversation about that. You didn't have to compromise about anything. Just automatically, because you felt the way you felt with them, kind of warranted it from yourself. Just flat out. So somebody asking you to be something more or something different. Like, you can't even, if you get with somebody and you ask them to be something more than what they are, how long can they sustain that? That's like asking somebody to jump in the air and stay there.
But let me ask you one thing, not to
Yes.
cut you off. But what if someone
Well,
sees
that
something
loves
in
to
you?
cut me off, but continue.
But I apologize. But if someone sees something in you that you never seen in yourself,
Okay.
so they kind of bring that out in you, and it's never something that, like, for instance, when I did parental advisory here, that was something that I never seen in myself. But Pierre's my friend. He just started a radio station. One of the big shows after starting it was Parental Advisory. I didn't never want to see myself as a talk show host or nothing, but I compromised because I was doing it for a friend for an upcoming situation.
That wasn't a compromise.
It was.
That was not a compromise.
Mike,
What
I'm
you
shy.
saying?
Wait, who was the other person?
Who'd you compromise with? Okay. What did he give up and what did you give up so y'all met in the middle?
He punked me.
That's not a compromise. That's a punk. You
Yeah, I
got
was
punked
bullied.
into it.
All right, well, then
Okay,
my
you
bully
got
mentality came from Pierre then.
No.
So I don't know what a compromise is at this point.
You're not going to blame Pierre
Oh,
for
I
your
am,
bully
in his
mentality. Your cup literally says the unbossy boss,
Exactly.
but we know different. We know different. We just know different.
No.
That is all. That is all. So,
Yes, but it's like they don't even dig it. Like, sometimes you got to come out of your comfort zone because you didn't know, okay, all right, just scratch Pierre. Then with Rashad, I gave up on modeling, right? You asked me to do a photo shoot that was a little bit after I turned 40, and now it opened other things today. The compromise was, you come do this photo shoot, but no, I was misled. I never was told I was going to be the face of his plus size until after I was at the photo shoot, because again, I'm shy. Contrary to belief, but I am. So I like to get my point across, but when people say I have to be this person to get it across, it's like, I wish I didn't, but it
I
works.
still don't see the compromise.
I am being this is not who I am.
So, listen.
But I like it. It's not a bad compromise. Compromise.
But you
So my
didn't
point
compromise.
is, so that's my point. Compromise isn't always bad. And
Lord.
it doesn't mean defeat. That's my point. Thank you. I know it was a point. There it is.
Lord,
So I promise you, I am compromising. When people see something in me, my thing is, I'll take a chance and I'm going to do it because you believe I can. So the compromise is, I'm about to embarrass myself possibly, but I'm willing to take that chance because you believe in me and you see that in me. That's a compromise because in the inside, I need anxiety pills.
Okay, so,
I need all type of things
okay,
to make this work.
let's do this. We're going to do it this way. Okay. We're going to say compromise is, let's say, good and evil, right?
Bittersweet.
Okay, bittersweet. Bittersweet. So sweet wants to be sweet, and bitter wants to be bitter. But sweet can't be bitter, and bitter can't be sweet.
Absolutely.
So, in order for bitter and sweet to exist in the same world, they gotta tone it down. So this is really sweet. This is, it's kind of sweet. This is really bitter. This is, it's kind of bitter. Now they're here. But they neither one are what they are supposed to be because of the compromise and the meeting in the middle.
But it's working.
For who?
The greater good of whatever they compromise for.
The only time compromise even remotely works, but not really, is during treaties when there's wars and stuff like that, and that shit don't even last that
Compromise
long.
works.
Because you're asking people to do something that they're not naturally going to do.
Or comfortable doing.
Or
But now
comfortable.
that they're doing it doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Oh, Lord.
Ain't it like around the words of like a negotiation?
Yeah.
Somewhat.
They negotiate.
But at the end of
But
the day, it's not
negotiating
all
is
bad.
compromising.
But that's
Negotiating
not
and
bad.
compromising is the same thing.
So without a compromise that Miss Fashion Global from Chester being Mary Jackson would not be. And that's really
That's not
bad.
true.
It is.
You got this mixed up.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You know
The
what?
compromise had to be that I had to step out and be something that I wasn't. That's compromising, right? Isn't that what
No.
Let's agree that compromising is you being something that you're not, right? Right or wrong? You said that. You said that numerous times tonight. Because I've been listening.
No, you heard what you wanted to hear. You picked out from what I said what you want to use to make your point valid. But that's
Define
not gonna work here.
compromise.
So, better yet, you got your phone around?
Define
Yeah.
compromise.
Look up compromise and read the textbook definition, please. Jesus. Jesus. You are not compromising. If somebody asked you to do something
Mm-hmm.
and you said, well, I'm going to do it because you believe I can, that's not a compromise. That's like saying, hey, eat this cereal. Well, I'm going to eat this cereal because you offered it. That's
Even
a little
if you don't,
compromise.
but you don't, because you could possibly dislike it. So your taste buds
Well,
will
see,
be dissatisfied. So your compromise is you don't you think
You
it's
didn't
talking about-
compromise, you just did what they wanted you to do.
which is a compromise.
Are y'all ready for this definition?
Go ahead,
Wait, I'm gonna go back and forth.
please. I'm sorry, I normally don't do this, but this is,
This is all we do.
yeah.
Maybe we should start off the show with the definition.
Daryl said a compromise is a TV in the damn bedroom. I agree.
Hated it.
I agree.
Hated it.
I agree.
All right, a settlement of differences by mutual concessions. An agreement reached by adjustment of conflicting or opposing claims, principles, etc. Blah blah blah.
There has to be a yin and a yang to it. But there is no yin or yang when somebody says, hey, do this, and you say, okay.
So because I don't fight on it, it means it's not a compromise.
No, it's not about fighting on it. It's about you like sleeping with the light on, I like sleeping with the light off. So we're two polar opposites of something. Now we have to meet in the middle. That's when you say, well, okay, how about we get a night light? That way the room isn't too bright and it's dark enough for you to sleep, but there's enough light where I feel comfortable. You got what I'm saying? That's a compromise.
Wait, I got another example that they make too. It's also like, let's say if you working at a job and you asking for a raise and you say, hey, I want to get paid $15 an hour, and the job says, well, no, we can't pay you 15, we can pay you $14 an hour. And then you like, well, I want to get paid 15. They say, well, we can't pay you 14. Well, let me go back and talk, and they come back like, all right, we can pay you $14.50.
That's
We gonna meet in the middle.
negotiation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Compromise.
It's
So
a
you
compromise.
compromise
Because they don't want to
50 cents,
lose
they don't lose
you, and they know you want to make more money. Right, that's a compromise. But I don't know why Michael will not see
Because that's not no
that what I
compromise.
do is not a compromise.
That is not no compromise.
It is.
Lord.
If you are allowed to make me uncomfortable, and I'm willing to do it because I see the potential in what it is you're wanting to do, that's
Hold
me
on.
compromising.
So Patrick said, now look, I wear bifocals, but I'm straining to see this. You got pushed to do something deep down you knew you could do it, even if it scared you a little. Boom. So by definition, that's not a compromise. Thank you very much, Patrick. By definition, it's not a compromise. So we can get away from this compromise, even though that's our subject. So we can get away from Mary's definition of compromise. I'm going to do a poem. So we're going to do a poem. So this poem is called We. Some of y'all probably heard it 50 times. Some of y'all didn't. But I'm just going to do it because I got to stretch my legs and Mary driving me crazy. So,
But maybe he'll have me back again.
and I will. Yes, I will. When you and I first met, you said we. Now, isn't that what you told me? No more you or I, just us with no tears to cry. Now just waves of deception. With every falsehood, we found a lesson to learn, like walking through fire, you're sure to get burned. Reduced to ashes with no way to return back to we. Lost within caverns of deception. You see, there's no discretion when we open up our mouths and speak. Pride is so strong, and maybe that's what make our love so weak. But who's to blame for the present state of mistakes that led us up to this point? I mean, hell, Milli Vanilli blamed it on the rain. So should we just do the same and blame it on what should be? I mean, should we act like we don't even involve you and me, but two other lovers in which time forgot? You see, the intricate plot that we have here is getting old. In the beginning, we were the envy of all love stories ever told, but now we're like that coldest hour before winter's dawn break, burdened with an inevitable tomorrow which only God can negate. But if we could rewind back the hands of time and take back all of the lies and go back to that day before we met, would we do it all again? Find a way to fuck this up and become lovers before we become friends. I promise you, the end result will always be this. So now I guess that leaves we as you and I. Thank you. So I wanted to let everybody know that my web page is getting together even more. So if you haven't gotten an opportunity, go to mindofthestorm.com. Mindofthestorm.com. It literally is spelled the way it sounds, mindofthestorm.com. And check out my webpage. If you want to hire me, they got dates down there and everything. I got to get this mileage thing right because it depends on how far away you are from me. It's traveling expenses. So, hook it up. You can also catch me on the Warrior Writers page. That's www.warriorwriters.org. I do things with the Warrior Writers occasionally. And now you can literally find me here at cmpradio.net. This is officially my home. I'm part owner. We're doing our thing. We're trying to grow this station. So I need y'all to check out the shows. We also have a web series coming up. It's already shot. It's being edited by Video Visions Pro as we speak. So cmpradio.net will be unveiling its first web series. And so what we're going to do with the web series is we would like to have like watch parties with them, like movie nights where we can all comment, talk, tell us what you think, have focus groups and stuff so we can make your viewing experiences better. That was my commercial.
Nice. As long as we can leave the compromise.
Listen, I did all that to get away from it.
All right, I just don't want to go back to it.
What you
So
say?
what we going to talk about for the next? I said I don't want to go back to
Oh,
it.
what we going to talk about for the next 30 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm scared to go back to compromise. So let's talk about change. Change is not just for dollar bills. Compromise and change are two different things. Don't go sucking your teeth, Miss Jackson.
Mrs.
Sorry, Mrs. Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter stop.
So.
Anyway. So change. What circumstances do you think would have to be put in place for you to make changes in your life at someone's request? Mrs. Jackson?
I have made changes at a request because it was a request. But, we're going to leave compromise out of it.
This isn't about compromise.
I know. I just said we're going to leave that out of it. But
We're going to call changes. We'll call change. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to stay away from that because it's a slippery slope. I don't want to go back there.
because you don't want to fight with me.
Because
you know something.
the bottom line, when it comes to changes and compromise, once you give in, I believe, once you give in to the first one, it's gonna be another one, it's gonna be another one, it's gonna be another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then what if you do meet up to someone's expectation? Are they gonna be like, okay, well, you did this, now can you do this,
I got stuff floating in my water.
That's your
Backwash. It's mine.
It is.
It's like fish. Fish in a pond. My backwash.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It is.
Ever since I've seen that backwash, I will no longer drink that water because I didn't know it was in there, but now I do. I feel bad about that first sip.
So wait, if you won't drink your backwash, never mind.
Listen,
Next topic.
listen. So it's like if you chew food up and spit it in your hand, would you eat it? Okay, then don't talk to me about my backwash. It's the same.
I'm just
difference.
saying, it's
I'm
yours.
cool.
It's where
see
I
it
was
for-
going with
If it was soda, I wouldn't see it, so I would drink it. I
It's
would.
yours.
I don't care. I don't care. I just don't. I don't negotiate with terrorists.
So you don't go swimming in the pool or nothing like that?
Yeah, I go swimming in the pool with chlorine in there. There ain't no
You don't
chlorine in
kiss-
my water.
You don't
There's
kiss a
fluoride.
woman after giving you head? I just had to go there because I just feel like it was a little bit. Sorry. I know I'm not going to say it's not criminal about you, but I'm just saying.
Listen, so, you know what? I'm just like, Anyway,
Damn, you hit the barbecue chicken and all, and that sauce is on you, and that sauce is so good on your fingers, you're gonna lick it off right now? Okay.
Sure, I lick sauce off of my fingers.
Your cheese doodles when you.
Yes, I licked. If I have something on my fingers, my hands was clean to begin with, and so yes, that's the
So nothing's
residue
been in that
from
body,
the
but-
food. The residue wasn't chilling in my mouth and then came out, and I put it back in my mouth. It didn't work
What
that
been
way.
chilling under your fingernails?
Nah, don't work that way.
Not even deal with it.
Anyway, so anyway, let's. So this is the interesting thing here. So if somebody give you head, do you kiss them?
Yep.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Because to me, in my aspects of it, how can I expect you to do that if I'm not willing to kiss you? Like, you're not gonna drink after yourself. That's a little creepy.
It's stuff
You
floating in the
questioning
water.
yourself.
First off, you're
So
gonna.
you want
First
me to
off,
trust you to
you're likening my backwash to somebody giving me head and saying
But
kiss me.
it's all you. That's what scares
You're the one who you
won't
put the
drink after
example
you.
out there.
But you won't
I'm
drink
not
after
because
you.
I won't drink my backwash.
Yeah.
Girl, let me tell you something. So this is what I'm telling you, all y'all out there in Facebook land on cmpradio.net. You don't have to drink your backwash if you don't want to. Don't make anybody make you feel guilty enough to drink your backwash. That's all I'm saying. And if a woman gives you head and you don't want to kiss her, that's okay. That's your preference.
Yeah, I mean,
If
that's-
she's upset about that, then that means she has some fetish that she needs to suck on something and then kiss you afterwards. That's how she feels. That's how she feels.
It
But
can
if
be
you
how-
ain't with that, you ain't gotta do it. Why for women does no mean no? And for me, she's trying to force me to drink my backwash, and because
Because
I
it's your
won't,
backwash.
because I won't, now I'm creepy. Because I won't drink my
He won't
backwash.
drink his own backwash.
How is that creepy? If somebody out there can tell me how it's creepy, I would say okay.
I didn't
Man.
say creepy.
That's like saying,
I was saying.
you know what? You lucky. There's like 100 million things I can say. You know what? If this was my cafe days, when I was in the cafe, this would be a real conversation. This would be expanded. But I'm trying to be
That's
good.
what happened.
It's hard to get it. When you used to be in bed, I get it. I do get it.
Somebody
See,
help
that's that
me.
stuff that people don't change.
Somebody help me.
Nobody can help you.
Somebody
No,
gotta help me.
nobody can help you. You is on your own.
Can you read that comment, please, Ro?
Alright. Daryl said, I don't like change because it takes me out of my comfort zone. I like the same thing sometimes. Just like my own backwash.
Thank you. Just like
Look,
your own
that-
backwash.
because you like your own backwash, it don't make me a weirdo. I'm not drinking my own backwash. I'm sorry. Put it this way: if I have knowledge that it's floaties in my drink, I'm not going to drink it. I'm sorry.
Wait, did the floaties come from your back? From you?
So
Yes.
if I cut my finger and it was blood on my finger, I would suck my finger. If it's floaties in my drink, I'm not going to drink it. I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel. Just the way I will suck my blood before I freaking drink my backwash. It's a big difference. I'm sorry. That food, I don't know, that food could have been in my teeth for like since lunch or something. The expiration date on that food. Like when the food come off the plate and go in your mouth, you chew it, you swallow it. You know what I mean? If it's dancing around in there too long after that, I don't know. People mouths are like the nastiest places.
I
I'm
heard,
sorry.
but that's based
People
on
mouths
you.
are nasty. That means your mouth is nasty, my mouth is nasty, everybody's mouth
Didn't they
is
say
nasty.
the tongue is the cleanest part in your body?
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I don't think so. Your tongue is the sacrificial lamb. Because you do better.
So I'm not gonna trust your tongue, but trust your genitalial area.
Well, shit, that's always in the back cave.
That's
You know, it
what
don't
I'm
come
saying.
out until it's time to work.
No.
Your tongue is always working, talking, eating, and whatever else it does in its spare time. Can you read that?
Yeah,
comment?
Anita said, but what if the person has changed because of age? Which makes you have to compromise? Which makes you have to compromise?
Let me tell you something, Anita. Honest to God truth. What changes, what can prompt a person to change? What really changes with a person with age? Maybe they don't want to go out as much, or maybe they're not able to because maybe they have like physical mobility issues. I think that you would have to really be specific with the changes that you're talking about. I think that
Like a midlife crisis?
that would be part of a change.
Menopause?
So menopause will be part of a change. So I mean, put it this way. This is my question. This is what I want to ask. So if we look at compromise or change, if we look at change and we say someone's gotten older, so they're not the same person they used to be, they changed with age. I mean, then that has to wind up being a conversation. It has to wind up being a conversation. I think that as long as we're honest with our partners, that, you know, and as long as they're receptive to our honesty, then we should be able to work out something. And it really depends on what you mean by change. I mean, did you go from, you know, being able to take care of yourself to now you can't take care of yourself physically? That's a change. Is it to the point that you had some type of mental or cognitive disability? That's a change. Or are we just talking about their daily habits? Like let's say their junk don't work no more. Let's say for a female, she doesn't really get wet no more, has a really low libido or sexual drive. That's all change. So it's kind of like a lot of these things that we're talking about, especially if you're like married, I want to say, you said sickness and health, you know, to death do us part.
You signed
So
up for that?
that's something you sign up for. You can't just roll out because somebody changed. Well, you could, but then I guess you got to worry about how society is going to look at you, and if you even really care
Right.
how they look at you. I mean, personally, I would tell anybody, if we're together and my health becomes an inconvenience, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. If that means you gotta roll out. Let me tell you something. If my junk didn't get hard no more and we was together, and I know my stuff don't get hard no more, I don't expect you to never have sex again in life. To me, that's selfish.
It is selfish.
That is too selfish. You know what I mean? To me personally, I want you to be happy, especially if you at your sexual peak. I mean, do what you need to do. You know? Just be respectful. Don't bring that shit back here. Or let me sit in the corner and watch while I film. I don't know. But however, we're going to have to work it out, because if I love you, why would I condemn you to a life of your shop being closed for business because my lift won't go up? I don't think it's fair. Well, I would tell you this though. I would definitely look into some surgical options, because I heard they got the joint where you could pump it up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they replaced one of the testicles, two of the testicles, one with a pump to pump it up and the other one with one to take it down. And then, yeah, for real.
So you ready to go?
Like a pair
Yeah,
of
let me
old
tell you
sneakers.
something.
Remember the old sneakers you used
Yeah,
to do?
like the Patrick
That
Ewings.
don't sound okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it would be okay if it works. And I mean, if I was so, I think I would do that. I think I would need that, because as a man, I think if I didn't get hard, like mentally, it would bother me to the point I would feel like I'm like no longer a man. And I think that might be a male thing. I don't know. Maybe it just may be me, but I'm being just real and honest. If I wasn't connected to my sexuality, I don't know. I don't know. You know.
Hey, no, life ain't all about sex.
Well, I didn't say it was, but I said that that's what I need. So I guess
Well,
I
I
have
ain't saying
to.
I don't need sex either. I'm just saying.
Well, I'll just get a sex change and become a lesbian. You know.
Oh shit.
Then everything is good, right? Everything's in balance.
Yes.
I think men got it harder than women anyway in
No pun
that
intended.
department.
No.
No pun intended, huh? Men got it harder. Anyway,
Yes,
I would compromise. I would definitely.
So you would compromise.
So you're not got to compromise with your wife and make it work. Like find other ways to please her. Yeah, you can find other ways. So she said, "Ew, don't do that." Listen, you can find other ways to please the person that you're with. But let me tell you something. It's been my experience being a man. I've worked at jobs around a bunch of women. I've had my experiences in life. Most women, they're not just into like fellatio for the cunnilingus for the whole experience. They're not going to feel complete. And a lot of women, they'll play with toys, but that's not their main thing. That's not their main thing to them. So men are put under like a lot of pressure to perform. They just are. And let me tell you something. You come and talking about I got this bomb ass cunnilingus, it's just not, it's not enough. It's not enough. I think if somebody loves you enough and they're that type of person who doesn't really, like if they're asexual or if they don't really think about, you know, sex in those terms, or if they're not big on penetration, you know? It's one of those things. I mean, could you be with somebody that can only give you cunnilingus?
Absolutely not.
There you have it. Could you be with somebody that can only suck your dick?
He just made that so it was like, no.
Well, I mean that, but
No.
this is just like reality.
Right.
That at the end of the day,
And guys that say they'll do manuals or whatever, but
yeah.
there's still nothing like the real. Like even if you play with toys or whatever, you need your hair pulled, you need that shit talk to you, you need
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
aggressions
people-
that turn you on in the midst of the situation. Like,
I think people just want to feel the flesh of it all. And
or they want to scratch your back or
The connection.
wrap their legs around the
You
back
know.
of your legs. Or
Oh my
whatever.
God. So what was the backwash conversation? I missed it. I came in on the end. I'm sorry. Listen, I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it. And the only reason why I'm gonna tell you about it because you watch me a lot. You even watch my live. So, you know,
She might go back and watch it.
you can either go back or watch it, or I'll talk to you about it like offline. Mike don't drink his own back. You know, thanks a lot, Anita. Thank you.
That brought it up to
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you,
I thought we was better than that,
No, Anita's been
Anita.
here all night. She brought it right
How
up to
long
Steve.
have I known you, Anita? I've known you for years, Anita.
And
Thank you.
she never knew you didn't drink your own backwards.
So what? I don't drink my own backwash. Don't
So-
nobody. That's nasty. Let me tell you something.
I
If
don't
you
know
see
what's in
stuff
this cup.
floating in your cup and you drink it, you nasty. Anywho,
That's up for debate.
nah, that's not up for
Matter
not
of
up for debate.
It is.
That is not up for debate. I can say, you know
Look at my
something.
cup.
I can say a million things, but I'm not.
Go ahead.
Because I don't want people looking at me sideways.
Go ahead and my cup is. Like it's heavy. It's one of the cups that.
That's all that backwash in there. There you go. I'll tell you. Anywho, all I do know, I know it's mine. We not listen. I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know what's going on.
Ew.
First, we was talking about this TV. Then we was talking about. Listen. I'm gonna drink my backwash. That's all to it. If I see something floating in my cup, I'm no longer comfortable. No means no. No means no. I'm just putting it out there.
You know what's funny about Mike, y'all? I'm sorry. And I'm just going to.
There's nothing funny about Mike.
Y'all know him. Y'all been knowing him. His guidelines of where he draws the line. So you would kiss someone after fellatio.
I didn't say I would kiss someone after fellatio.
Did you not say
asked? No, I didn't say that.
Oh, so you never answered that because I did ask you.
No, I didn't.
No,
I
we
just
didn't
didn't
Okay, I'm
answer.
sorry. So what's the answer then? Then maybe you won't.
I just
So
answered
maybe-
it.
So will you or will you not? Because you never confirmed it or not. But if he's not going to drink his backwash, I'm sure he's not going to kiss her after she swallowed his dead key. So
Yo, let me tell you
we gotta
something.
look. I don't know.
Oh, wait. Things just took a turn. I took a turn into a brick wall.
Sorry.
Let me tell you something.
We almost done. That's why I'm acting up.
So let me tell
I
you
was
something.
being hostage or whatever. Look, she like you waiting. She want to know. She
Let me
need
tell you
answer.
So
I'm glad she here for the
Tahiba.
next- Yes, thank you, Tahiba.
So if you got cunnilingus, if somebody went down on you and everything, and let's say you bust all over their lips, and they come up, let's say you a squirter, and they come up and they be like, here, kiss that.
Sucking his tongue and
You kissing
everything.
that?
I'm sucking his tongue, honey. Yes.
Miss Fashion Global is nasty. I'm just saying. Anywho.
Guess what? Cardi
But
B
Tahiba
talked about
said,
how she got her
oh,
ring.
no.
I ain't gonna tell you all
Thank
I
you.
got mine, but
Thank you, Tahiba. Thank you.
Cardi
They
B-
always say that the vagina is self-cleaning. Is
It
that
is
true?
if you have a period. I don't have a period no more. If anybody cared to know.
So you have
I'm
to
new to like
manually
animal.
clean.
I don't use a dish, but I make sure this is so it's pat ready and correct. It's all right. It's good. We good. Thank you. It's hers.
I don't even know anymore.
Brother said we kissing.
We kissing hard.
Bitch, you already know.
We
sis.
kissing hard.
We kissing. I'm sucking your tongue, honey. Like yes, it's mine.
She's like, if I gotta taste it, you gotta taste it.
Let me tell you
No, I
something.
want to taste what you taste because I want to know when you act crazy, why you act that way.
Look, they're talking about you gotta kiss after that. Ain't
Man,
no
don't
got
do
to
it.
there.
Yes, you do.
There. I never seen a sign posted in nobody's room that said you must kiss
So listen,
after.
y'all. Mr. Compromise won't drink his back.
So, number one, it's my backwash.
Correct.
It's nasty. I'm not gonna drink it. It's only love. Look, Anita talk about
That's
we
my
kissing.
favorite.
Y'all
We
are
kissing.
nasty.
It's only
Listen.
love. It's only love.
Listen.
They might have been mad
Number
at the TV,
one.
but they is kissing.
Number one, I think if for whatever reason I bust in your mouth and you, I'm not kissing you because all I can picture in my mind is all of them little Jones on your tongue like this, low crawl.
You worried about the wrong shit.
That ain't worried about the wrong shit. That's
You
worried
worried
about the
wrong
right shit.
So guess
That's
what?
like me drinking my backwash. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Just not. No. Once it's out, it's out.
Thank
it's not
you,
coming
y'all.
back in.
Now they
It's
agree
out.
with me. Thank
Who?
you.
Who?
What's
Yes.
good?
Everybody.
Wait,
I've
what's
tasted it. It's good.
What's good?
Oh wait, where
I'm
we going?
good.
It's only right to kiss.
Hold on, I ain't never answered the question.
Listen.
Listen.
Yup, yo, get him, yo.
Y'all hear this? Wait a minute. Y'all hear this?
No, take
The
belt
time
from
is
him.
up on that
No,
question.
It's your ring.
So
Yo, bro.
everybody,
Get him,
I'm
yo.
having this joint sweating. It's hot. Where'd my bell go?
I took you.
Get my
Look at
bell.
him now. You don't get it no more for the next 10 minutes.
She a bully.
Yep, you don't get this
I don't
bell.
negotiate with terrorists, just
That's
like I
alright.
said.
You don't gotta negotiate with me, but you ain't getting this bell.
I'm not doing backwash.
Period.
That's all do
And she can't kiss him. I wouldn't freak him. I'm sorry.
it.
You talking about I can't even kiss you after giving you head.
How does this even make sense? So you gonna be mad at me because I won't kiss you after you gave me? Why can't that be my decision?
Because at the end of the day, I'm trusting you enough for us to have unprotected sex.
But so if I'm
Now you got
busting
me
it,
looking
okay,
at
so
you.
this is the question. So every dude that's
Let
sitting
me
up
get this
here
a compromise.
telling me it ain't no compromise there. So you mean to tell
Yes.
me you busting somebody's mouth, you like,
kissing.
that's
We
not
kissing.
going
Well, I
down.
can say that I act like I'm sleeping.
We kissing.
We need a conversation after this. Look,
We is kissing.
listen.
You
There
like
is
kissing
nothing
before you
wrong.
going like
Listen, yeah, like
said we
after some
kissing
Listerine.
heavy,
After, let me tell you
heavy
something.
on the kissing.
Let me tell you something. That's what Listerine and stuff is for. It kills
And that's the thing.
99.9%
So before you go to bed-
of all bacteria.
So here's the thing: as a woman, before you go to bed, you gotta make sure you go to the bathroom to push out anything, so you don't have UTIs or bacterial
well,
vaginosis.
good thing I'm a dude. I don't need that
I'm-
lesson.
But let me give you the other part of it. Go make sure that you have your floss and you brush your teeth.
You get all the
Don't
babies
just go
out.
to bed. Yeah, don't go to sleep as a cemetery.
babies in
Yeah, like don't do that. But you should. You ain't even bringing back your own backwater.
Listen, all I'm saying is, Drinking backwash.
We are definitely kissing, yo. Definitely.
Drinking,
y'all gotta make
drinking
sure.
backwash is nasty.
And
I'm sorry, for me, whatever y'all choose to do with y'all adult life is fine. But if I come on a tongue, if I literally go, guess what? I can't. I can't.
you worry about the wrong shit.
I can't.
I don't see what's in this cup, and I've been shaking it up since we've been here. If it's backwash in here, I'll get it in here.
Anita said,
I
if your
say
girl busts in your mouth, are you kissing her? Let me tell you something. If she want to kiss me after she did that, then that's fine. That's fine. That's her
We
choice.
tonguing,
That's
right?
her personal choice. She can taste all that. She can suck my beard right after it. It's yours. You want you in your mouth. I can have you in my mouth. I just don't want to have me in your mouth and then you be in my mouth. What's
If
wrong
I'm
with
gonna
that?
kiss you after giving you head and you do one of these numbers, we would never ever engage.
You crazy?
But now, yo, but
Like I got
As
the
soon as you
bump on
get,
this word.
you're gonna get real, you're gonna get like this. I'm
You
gonna be
go
like,
in the Matrix
I
on
think
me
my
and
mom
shit
calling me.
Boo for Mike. This
I'm
your
done.
best friend parable. You need to see So you ain't even noticed about him until he ain't want to drink his backwater.
I ain't gotta drink my
Well, you
backwash.
don't have to, but
That's all I'm saying.
if he can't drink his backwash, no one swallowing his kid, Joe. Let him know.
Well, it's too late for that.
Oh,
But
shit.
Well, there's some culture. There are cultures out there where men don't kiss their women when they after they give them head.
well, I know. Listen.
No, we ain't there.
Number one, I
This ain't
know people.
that.
I know people who don't even like to kiss. So how about this? Might not be an issue for a lot of people.
Okay, if you're not a kisser,
Okay.
that's fine.
So how is it fine that somebody not a kisser, but it's not fine that somebody don't want to taste his babies on
So
somebody's
I
tongue?
used to not be a kisser, so I get that part. Just because I don't
So
know.
wait. So if you wasn't a kisser, how you come to a sucker, swallower, and afterwards kisser?
Because an individual compromise make you change the way you look at things. Yes, I wasn't a kisser because I don't know what you've done with your
Wait,
mom.
hold, wait. So
No,
how
you
do
didn't
I
hear
want to
me
know
out.
the compromise that led to swallow my babies and then kiss me?
Because I've been to places where I have a tattoo on my back. Niggas has licked my black back, sweating after I've been dancing all night. I don't know where your mouth been. So me just kissing you is a problem. But if we're on that level and I know your hygienes and I know you're good, and yes, I've swallowed you, touched the little thing in the back of my throat, whatever the case may be. Yeah, we're kissing and I'm sucking your tongue. Sorry, Miss Fashion Global is married. Like, we ain't gonna act like, you know, if he dies, he dies.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, Queen,
Yo,
yes, if he
let me
dies,
tell
he
you.
dies.
Let me tell you something. All I know is this.
He's not swallowing
I
his back.
swear for God, if I came on somebody's tongue and they bought their face like they was gonna go, you know what I would do? I would go, no, I do the Heisman like,
He go back to the Matrix.
I'm waiting for somebody to throw a flag on the plane. I'm like,
I'm gonna need you to grow up. I'm
Huh?
gonna need you to grow up.
that is growing up. Cause I didn't swing on you when I was young. I just, boop, boop.
We would be
This
one
time
and
you was just
done.
like, Heisman. I just think that's like inappropriate. That's like, don't ask me. Like, you know, that's like,
That correct?
nah, no one's doing that. No one's
Is
doing
that
that.
correct? Everybody's doing it but you.
No one's
You
no.
like no one's doing it.
No,
Everyone
no.
is but you.
Let me tell you something.
And I ain't the type to ride
So
waves,
every
but-
dude that's on this thread tonight, if you letting somebody, if
Say
you
hi.
come in somebody's mouth and you literally let them suck your tongue out of your, like you put your tongue in their mouth after you did that, let me see your hand.
Let me see how many y'all gonna follow. It's 19 people on this live.
Nobody.
Who? Women? Like women? Men?
Nobody. No, I know women gonna do it. Let me
what's
tell
the
you
difference?
something. Cause it's different. Y'all don't have like little live things swimming outside of you, diving into stuff. Like y'all just don't.
Good night,
That's just
Daryl.
different. Oh, good night, Daryl. Take it easy. Daryl,
Right,
before
Daryl.
you go,
He
I
needs your
think
answer.
Daryl lives
Give me
in.
your answer to.
Daryl, you live in South Dakota or North Dakota? I'm trying to remember. I guess you already
Daryl,
know.
was
Love
you
you too,
kissing?
brother. Love you too.
I just want to know if Daryl kissing before we leave.
Wait.
He was like,
As soon as I said that, he was like, "Oh, good night.
Right, like, I don't got
Time to
no-
go."
See
Like
you
I
in
told you, you don't see no dudes coming in there like that. It is not grown.
It is not grown. All capitalized. Period. Yes. It
Yes.
is not grown.
Yeah. Thank you.
Period. Thank you,
It's,
Queen.
it's wrong.
It's not wrong.
It's wrong.
She's talking to you that you're not being grown for not doing it.
I am being an adult today.
Queen, please specify.
I'm
this. I
really,
think
I'm deep in my adulting, but
he won't drink his.
okay. It is 9:57. So since it's
That's
9:57, we got 3 minutes left. So we gonna run through some final thoughts. Final thoughts, Ro?
is when it comes to compromising, don't do it to accept the person who they are. But if you do feel as though that you yourself want to grow, then go ahead and compromise. And make that change as well and things like that. But I don't think it's a good idea to compromise just to please the other person.
Boom. Mrs. Mary Jackson, last thoughts?
Comes to compromise. Drink your backwash.
So now,
I ain't finished. I'm still talking. Drink your backwash. Make sure you kiss after oral pleasing both ways. And don't listen to nothing Mike said.
so here's my final thoughts on
What he's
this
saying.
evening. So the actual topic, compromise. As I said, I see pluses on both sides of the fence. I do believe that in life people compromise, but I believe in relationships that you should not have to. I think people should love you where you're at. I think when people compromise, neither party gets what they want. You're just living by what you agree to. And in a situation where you both agree to things that you don't really want, how is anybody really happy? So when it's all said and done, maybe we should look less towards negotiating and compromising and more to accepting the people that we're with, the people that we love, accepting people for being who they are, loving people right exactly where they're at, letting them grow into their change instead of trying to push them to change. Let me tell you something. If you need to compromise so many things with the person that you love, at what point are you actually loving the person that they are? Or is it more so that you just want to love who you want them to be? That's the real question. So, when do they start? So, do we have another part to play in the voting for this next round for you?
Oh no. Everything else is on there.
So she is going to be having like a celebration party.
Yes.
Excuse me. We gonna be having.
Turn up when I come.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. And
Yes.
COP Radio will definitely be in the building.
Absolutely.
And we're going to try to get all of our personalities to the building after we find a building to do this at.
Uh-huh.
But we're going to work together to make it happen. Let's focus on trying to support more businesses, more small businesses. It's very important
Not
that we
small.
support
Just black.
that we support small businesses, black businesses. Let me tell you something, that is the lifeblood of this country. That is the lifeblood of the economy. Small businesses keep things moving. It's more personal, you know? It's more personal. When you have a personal relationship with the people who sells you goods and services, it's always a great thing because they're going to do what they need to solidify that. Also, I want to just point this out. For all of my small businesses out there, if you say you open up at 9 a.m., please open at 9 a.m. it's very hard for us to support when you don't do what it is that you say you're gonna do. So you hold up your end of the bargain, we'll hold up ours. Always find a reason to smile, always find a reason to laugh. It's too much bullshit in this world. Do not drink your backwash. Just put it out there. When it's like that, you gotta dump it. That's all to it. You just gotta dump it. But thank y'all all. We'll be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. See you later.
Peace.